So here's my vanity area at a glance. My little stool that I use. It's leopard print. It's awesome. The only thing I don't like about this setup is the wires hanging down the back because our TV's mounted right there. But with the shape of our room, I don't really have a choice. This is kind of where I have to place things. So I'm gonna start with what's on. So this stuff here on the end, the shoe is actually a wine bottle holder, and then this is a tall candle holder. I just use it as decor. Beside that, I have all my brushes. I have them sectioned off for face brushes, and then pretty well like my eye makeup brushes. I bought these containers at the dollar store, as well as the gravel and the little gems. I just mixed up the two colors of the gravel and filled it with that to keep my brushes standing upright. I had a similar setup before, just I had two different containers, so I wanted to make everything flow nicer and kind of match. So then beside that, I have my mirror, which actually has, where am I? 3 different levels of lighting, and then if you turn it to this side, it magnifies by 3 or 5. I don't know, I never use that side. And then my lighting, and in behind I have a mirror mounted so that I'm able to see my looks from a little bit of a distance instead of just close up. In this little, I don't even know what you would call it, it's like a wooden thing. I got it at Winners. I loved it because of the print in the background. So this is where I house all of my large palettes, which I'm going to show you guys what I did with a couple of them later in the video. But it just displays them all nice. They're easy to get at. And yeah. And then right here, I just have a clear little jar. The lid screws off, and that has all of my tube lip glosses in it. Adds a little bit more color to the top of my vanity, and they're easy to get at. Heading into drawer number 1, I'm going to show you in the back here, I have my face spray as well as my brush cleaner. Here I have my glitter liners, and then I have a few of my glitter pigments that didn't fit in the container. Oh, I forgot to show you guys that. In behind here, I have this container here. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. And it has all my loose pigments as well as my glitter. So, yeah, so the stuff that doesn't fit in there, the leftovers, sorry, are just right in here. I have extra gel liners. These are the colors that I never use. Some fake eyelashes, and if you come over here, I just have my remote for my camera and tape for when I'm doing like an intense eye look. Here is my lipstick. Don't have a lot of lipstick. I don't wear lipstick barely ever. Sometimes when I'm doing a look, I like to have lipstick, but it's really, really a rare occurrence that I actually wear any. Most of the reason why I don't wear lipstick very often is because I constantly lick my lips, so it's kind of pointless to me. And then over here, this is a lip liner, which never gets used. My eyeliners, and as you can see, I don't have a lot. I kind of just found what worked for me and stick with that. Like the black liner that I use is by Bonbell, and I've been using that for years. So for me, I don't feel it necessary to have a ton of the same product, just different brands. Like I don't need 10 different black eyeliners. I find what works well for me and kind of stick with that instead of having a ton of everything. So then here's just all my NYX jumbo pencils. This one here, Milk, gets used a lot. And then beside that, I have a couple lip glosses that have an actual applicator, and then my lip stain. So now we go to drawer number 2. This little sectional thing I got again at Winners. As you can tell, I love leopard print a lot. So in this little compartment here, I just have my primers, face primer, my MAC paint pot, glitter primer, and then my mascaras. And beside that, I have my gel liners. Now the only one I really use often is this one by Physicians Formula. You saw the extras in the other drawer, but that's my go-to gel liner. Over here, I have my singles, duos, and trios for my eyeshadows, and then in here it's just, again, smaller palettes, singles, my quads that I use more regularly. In this section here, I have all of my blushes. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. And then on the side here, I have it sectioned off. This stuff in the back, the bronzers, I don't use very often, and this concealer palette I've barely used because I use my Lise Watier one, which I also don't use very often, but I have it just in case I need it. So just my foundations and my concealers. So what I actually wanted to show you guys is what I did with a few of my palettes the other day, just to try and simplify things for myself, make things easier. I had a few palettes that I wasn't using, like the 66 lip gloss. I never ever used it. To me it was pointless to have this huge palette full of lip gloss. You use a color out of it and then you're supposed to carry this with you. That doesn't really work for me. This one here, I had used the colors that went with my skin tone, and it's been sitting around for probably a year, not being touched. This one here, I never used the contouring colors, I just used the blush. And then I had this palette here by Quo, and this is what it looked like on the inside. So on the left hand side, that's lip gloss, which again, it's pointless to me. On the right side is eyeshadow, and then all along the bottom was different blushes, and I used the blushes a lot out of this palette. It was just really awkward. I'll show you how it opens. As you can see, I ripped it apart. So it's just really awkward to use. I also had another Quo palette that had different tiers. So the lid flipped open, and then the top tier opened to the sides, which then showed another tier of eyeshadow. And then there was a tier that you pulled out that had lip gloss, and then a tier under that that was blushes. So I used the blushes and a few of the eyeshadow colors quite regularly, but it was a really awkward palette to work out of. So what I did was I ripped apart pretty much a bunch of palettes. It's not really pretty looking in the back here. I tried to get the glue off as good as I could, but it was really time consuming, and I figured since it's just me using it, I don't really care what it looks like as long as it's functionable. So I took these out of one of my Quo palettes, I took these small round ones out of one of my Quo palettes, and then these two blushes are out of my BH palette. And then in this little one here, I just took the eyeshadows from the Quo palettes that I really liked and really used, and glue gun them into this little guy, and now it's way more convenient for me. I have all my blushes together and the colors that I use regularly for my eyeshadows all in one. So there you have it, a quick vanity tour. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video, and we'll see you soon. Bye!